For the past year, I've been using a rooted Samsung tablet. And honestly, I'm probably going back to the stock firmware. Not because root is bad or I did something wrong, but because for me, root is just useless these days. Back in the day, rooting Android could completely transform a device, unlock new features, improve performance, and make your device feel brand new. But that's not my situation. My specific tablet, the Galaxy Tab A7 Lite, doesn't have any custom ROMs. There is no big modding community around it. There isn't some amazing Android 16 port or something. It's just One UI 6.1. And that's where the problem starts. When you're rooted on a stock ROM or firmware like One UI, not much actually changes. Sure, I debloated some apps, installed few magic modules, I got a cool animation, boot animation, cause why not? But after all that, the tablet still feels almost exactly the same. The performance is the same, the interface is the same, the apps are the same, the experience is basically nearly identical. Meanwhile, I lost many things that many people wouldn't care about, but I do, like device tracking and some security features became less reliable. Google services don't always behave the way they're supposed to, and many apps require them. And I constantly have to think about whether root is helping me or just existing. The truth is, Android has changed. The problem isn't that stock One UI or any stock ROM out there includes everything I need. Especially on budget devices, a lot of users are just non-existent. But the thing with root is that it doesn't always solve the thing exactly like you'd expect. Instead of improving the experience, it often ends up breaking stuff. For example, I installed a custom launcher that requires root to work well and get animations, but I realized after all that, I just lost my taskbar. Like, what's the purpose of a tablet without a taskbar? So instead of improving the device, you're trading one problem for another. This is the real issue with root in 2026. It doesn't always add missing features in a clean way, it often replaces parts of the system that were already working, sometimes for something worse or less stable. Root used to be a huge upgrade, now it's just useless. And if you're running a custom ROM with tons of extra features, maybe root would still make sense. Maybe. But if you're rooted on a stock ROM, just forget about it. At least in my experience, it feels like doing a lot of extra work for very little reward. So after thinking about it for a long time, I think I'm going back to stock. Not because root failed, but because modern Android just killed root.